Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Bros Who Think Podcast. My name is Lyndon Burton, aka Youngboy D-Woods, aka the People's Champ, aka Beard Gang is in the motherfucking building. I'm joined as all. Oh no, this is episode 163, and now I'm joined as always by my co-host, Mr. Doom. Doom, how you doing? Durag Doom in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's good, man?
Cooling, doing as well as one can. You already know. Yeah, same old, same shit, different week.
I feel it, man. I feel it.
Shit is rough out there in these streets. I know the people are sad right now. At least some people
man.
are. I like to believe majority of our listeners are sad. I like to believe we have a good group of listeners. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel like the majority of everybody should be. There's only a select few people that I feel like wouldn't have took this news bad. You know what I'm saying? And fuck those niggas.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck those niggas. But man, okay, so we talked about this last week, but the results came in for the trial of the grand jury, whatever it's called, the sentencing of Breonna Taylor's murderers. 2 got off with nothing, and the other one, the main guy who's at the beach, I'm not even saying that nigga's name, but the nigga that was at the beach, he got charged with what the fuck is that called? He didn't get charged with anything pertaining to Breonna Taylor, that's for sure. He got charged with, I'm gonna give the right thing, but hold on, I tweeted it. It's okay, wait. Where? Oh man, why is this not showing? Okay, here we go. Boom. He got charged with wanton endangerment, and it carries a penalty of 1 to 5 years. But that is because he was shooting into the neighbors' houses. And the fucked up thing is, they didn't take in consideration the bullets that were shot upstairs into the black families. They just took in consideration the bullets that were sprayed across that got into the white people's house.
That's fucked up, bro.
Super fucked up.
I think it's super blatant at this point. And it's fucked up because for a while, bro, I was the person trying to be optimistic toward the situation. Because I get that a lot of this shit is fucked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was the person that was kind of like, there's a lot of little small details that just the average citizen, somebody who's not involved with law enforcement or, somebody in that field of work might not understand. You know what I mean? Because I did hear somebody, they had the whole take about the officers shouldn't really be held liable for following the order, that it should be the person who drafted up the warrant and all this stuff. And I kind of agreed with that. You know what I mean? Because I'm thinking, like, if you're a police officer and you get ordered to go and check up on something, you just gonna do it. You're not gonna really know, all the details and shit. You just trust that the person above you gave you the right information, which seemed valid. But after this shit happened, bro, it's like, it's hard to not believe that something crazy is at play. You know what I mean? And you would like to think that the world isn't that fucked up, but I'm starting to believe that it might be. You know what I mean?
Yes, it's not a good look. And like I said last week, like, I knew, for example, when they came out and said, boom, y'all getting 12 milli, and don't worry, we're working on police reform. The deck was stacked at that point. Like, everybody who saw that should have known, like, what time it was this week. Right. And if I'm the family, I don't know how you can expect police reform. Like I said last week, if you don't get it in writing, I don't know how you can expect the city to do anything. And even on top of that, I don't know how you can expect the city to change something that's a statewide issue. That's like that the governor in the government of the state would have to change. So it's like, what really, like I said last week, I'm glad y'all got 12 mil. Y'all need more than that. Nothing can replace the daughter that y'all lost, but it's just like, I know what time it is at that point. So it just sucks that doesn't change. But again, we're making progress slowly but surely. We definitely are. And the thing is, we got to get out qualitative immunity, and we got to change those police contracts. Therefore, they can be pressed and charged the right way, because until those actual legal things get changed, all of this it'll continue to happen. Like, we can have community boards and stop police from, and have people that check on police, and we could change internal affairs, and all that could be true. But until we change that quantitative immunity and take down the amount of money and stuff that are funded to these police contracts to give them like guaranteed pensions if certain things happen like this and that. That's the reason why they're not convicting, because the state's not trying to pay those fees in the said contracts, and they can't because of quantitative immunity. So it's like the system is set up for this to continue to happen. That's what we got to change. And until we change that, this shit's gonna keep happening. But again, prayers for her, man. Prayers for her family. Rough time right now.
Yeah, man, that's tough.
Super tough. Super tough. All right, where you want to go from here? Because we're gonna lighten it up now. There's a lot of small things happen, but I guess since we're a podcast network, we can talk about big podcast development. The Joe Budden Podcast started. It's now the Joe Budden Network, and now there's a new show with the girl from Horrible Decisions, and then they have hold on, I'm gonna pull up the full who everybody is, but
yeah, Mandy B is the one from Horrible Decisions.
Yep. Okay.
And
there's Bridget. She was
Kelly.
on the Bridget Kelly. She was on the Joe Budden podcast a couple times, and then a new girl named Olivia Dope. So this will be every Tuesday, starting on October 6th, and thereafter you can hear them do their thing on the Joe Budden Network. How do you feel if you're Rory Mal, Parks, and Ian, everybody who's putting time into this? How do y'all feel about the name the Joe Budden Network? That's my only thing. Like that's like I get it. I get it. You know, I understand. But like
I like it, man.
You
I like it. That's how you, cause I think I see his vision of where he's trying to take it. You know what I mean? And I appreciate that. I think it was big for him, especially like when you look at his past business things that he was into, like specifically the Complex show. That was his show, his idea, and it got taken because of lack of full ownership.
Oh no, I'm not mad at the ownership.
All that bullshit. So I think the Joe Budden Network thing is saying like, this is mine. You're not taking it.
I feel
nobody fucking with this one.
But
and I like it. I like the energy.
I agree with all that, dude, but he could have named it something else. You know, he didn't have to.
I can see that.
The way I look at it, like for future, if he wants this to be like a thing that lasts the test of time, what happens when you are no longer? Because it comes a point in time where it will no longer be the decisions made by him. You know what I mean? So it's like,
right.
Is this something that lasts for like 5 to 10 years, or is this something that can last the 20 plus year thing? With the name the Joe Budden Network, it seems like as long as Joe's involved, that's how long it's gonna be.
Right. I don't know. I would be curious to hear him speak on that, because you are right. Like I think the goal should be to build a network that's forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think once he reaches a certain point, calling it the Joe Budden Network might cause some problems.
That's my only thing. You know what I mean? It's like how can you have you want to be this conglomerate where y'all empower creators and everything, but it's all under the banner of your name? Like that's kind of narcissistic. In a way, that's kind of narcissistic, and that's just me picking nits.
Now that you say it, I can definitely see that. But I like it because I know where he was trying to take it when he named it.
For sure. Oh yeah. No, look, I support it. I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna be paying attention. Shit, I may even submit a picture to the end. So we gonna try to make something happen. But like other than that, that's my only thing. That's the only thing I thought about when I heard it. I thought they would have not get away from the Joe Budden name, but don't make your entire brand about him, because that's what you do when you do that.
Yeah. I think especially if you take the name aside, though, I think this will be really big for podcasting.
Oh, for sure. For sure. It's going to be a new hub.
Yeah. People sleep on what it is Joe's trying to accomplish. And I think in 5 years, let's say, because we already know the Joe Budden podcast is successful. Let's say he's able to take this new podcast, and obviously he'll be trying to add more, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Let's say he can get a nice network of super successful shows that he owns completely, I think you see kind of what you saw go on at Spotify, just on a bigger level. You see a lot of people creating their own networks, having complete ownership, and it'll force the machine that he fighting against to start having to adjust, which is important in the fight for ownership.
That's true. And then
It's real important.
he could get a ringer like or a gimlet like deal at this point. Then I can't argue what I've said. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
now he's showing that he could do more than just him.
You, he definitely got that on the way. I know that that's his aim. You know what I'm saying?
So,
Just from listening to what he's been talking about, that's definitely his aim.
well,
I just hope that he can
work.
do it successfully.
That's the
Because
thing.
if he fail, bro, it's gonna be.
Oh, they
bad.
ready.
Like,
They're ready. They are ready. They are
mhm.
ready to crucify him. So I already know, but I'm going to be supporting. We're going to be watching. But all right, next up, we got this some Louisiana shit. And I'm only going to talk about this like for like a couple seconds because there's some street shit involved too. Who knows? But I just wanted to say, damn, it's sad. It happened when the Jacksons broke up. The fucking Angelina and Brad broke up. Will and Jada was over in an entanglement for a little bit. Shit was broken up. This seems like the bad boys then broke up. It's sad times, man. Take care of your children. The fire vine turned Instagram sensation, G Nate and Tyreek. They done broke up, bro. Sad times.
That shit crazy, bro.
Sad some Louisiana shit.
And it's so street, bro. Like I was trying to read this nigga Instagram post, and it's hard to even grab what he's trying to talk about. But I hope they fix whatever they got.
Yeah, I hope they fix.
I like the fact that there was niggas in that environment that was attempting to do something positive, something legitimate.
And it was from like where we are, and we know they were from the bottom. That's the thing. Yeah. It's not like when somebody like from where you from, where you see them and you're like, wait, is that person from Lafayette? Or like, is that person from here? Like, nah, these Negroes was from here. I know that for Bizak. So it's just like, damn, they broke up. It's sad times. Like I said, I'm not gonna comment too much about it because it is some street shit, but just sad to see Tyreek, man. Like, and I want to say this: there's nothing wrong with working at Sonic. If you work at Sonic and you listen to this podcast, 1,000. But Tyreek had the Birdman deal. Granted, some people might say Birdman, however you feel about it, but nonetheless, he was on private planes getting a bag, and not that shit over with. That nigga working at Sonic.
It's crazy, bro.
Crazy. Yeah, that's super wild. But hopefully they fix everything. But next up, we got. Bro, so Punch, TDE's record head or whatever, he put out like a tweet like saying, you don't want that smoke. And he said, but it's coming though. So people were talking about Lupe Fiasco sending more shots at Kendrick, talking about how he's a better lyricist, but Kendrick's an overall better artist. And Punch was basically, they think Punch was responding to that. People saying maybe Kendrick's gonna drop a little diss track to Lupe. I don't know if he's gonna do that. I don't believe that, but like,
yeah, I don't
see him dropping a diss track. But I think he'll send shots at Lupe in the next one.
Yeah, but that's kind of the rap that I miss though. You know what I mean? Where you could go at a nigga and it was like it was separate from this like real life negative energy. Like it was like. That's what rap was. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, my bars is harder than you, and I'm gonna prove it. We could get on the track right now. But you could see a nigga in real life and still have respect for him and what he do. You know what I mean? Like nowadays with the rainbow hair niggas of the world, they make it to where it's like you gotta be on some, you know, I'm trying to take your head off type shit. You know what I mean? But I do miss when rap was like that. Because nowadays, like, you don't even have those type of art, at least in the top tier of the rap game. You don't even have those type of artists no more.
Last one was Drake and
what
Meek.
the fuck they talking about.
But that was some real shit too.
Yeah. But that was probably one of the best ones.
Yeah, true.
Real. You know what I mean? That was one of the
at least in our lifetime.
Drake gave us some, Drake gave us some heat.
So who knows, man? But to answer this question, do you think Lupe is a better lyricist than Kendrick?
I think it's closer than niggas will give Lupe credit for.
I'm on that same side as well.
I don't think he better though. Like,
see, I think he is.
It's tough. It's tough. It's definitely closer than niggas will be willing to give. Because Lupe, one of those niggas that you know is great, but for whatever reason he lacked like that cool factor to where niggas can just admit that he goated. You know what I mean?
Look,
And
I
I
think
don't know why he
Lupe.
in that. You know what I'm saying? But
I kind of agree with Lupe. I think Kendrick makes better music than him, but I think in terms of like lyricism, I'm rocking with Lupe, man. I
I
was a
don't know,
big
man.
fan of Lupe back in the Gap. Food and Liquor, The Cool, fucking
Yeah.
Lasers, like all that. Like, hold on, man. Let me pull up. And I know niggas don't even fuck with Lasers, but I think Lupe still was rapping his ass off on Lasers. Like,
Yeah, no doubt. But I think the later you get in his discography, rap was moving towards more of a you got to have a hit record. It's not about
that's true.
lyricism. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say it would be interesting to see that now
But shit, if you look
because
at Food and Liquor 2, and then in Tetsuo and Youth, he was rapping his ass on them from them things. And that was like 2015. And then, but like Drogos Light, Drogos Wave, that's some weird shit. I can't cap for that. But that's why I say Kendrick makes better music than him. For
yeah.
sure. Like that's
Well,
not a
yeah,
question.
that's I don't think it's too many niggas outside of Drake that could say they make better music than
I
Kendrick.
agree with that. That is a
You know what I'm
physic.
saying? But the lyricism thing, that's definitely interesting. I would definitely like to hear them fire back and forth at each other. On some
Hopefully we
tracks.
see that. Lupe say Kendrick don't want that, but we gonna see. I think Kendrick should do it, man. Like fuck all these niggas calling Candy, man. Nah, nigga, you need to come on. You need to come on and do something. I want to see it.
He need to drop something. Period, bro. It's due for a Kendrick project.
I think if we didn't have COVID, we would have got one by now.
Yeah,
Because I think
yeah.
he's
I
just
know
waiting
that
to tour again.
the touring thing is, but bro, I don't think we'll be back to touring for another 2 years.
At least touring like we remember. We might get like the social distance touring where niggas in a
Yeah, but
bubble or
I don't know if I'm feeling that.
a
I
car.
did see that and I think we talked about it on here where they was bringing like outdoor events back where they have like
Sections.
little tables set up and niggas would be super far from each other. Like I think that would be dope to check out, but it kind of take away from the energy. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I feel like a nigga like Travis Scott or somebody.
Oh yeah, that
wouldn't
doesn't
be
work for
able to-
him.
Yeah,
But it works for the. I think that shit would work fire for like some R&B acts and then like some Anna Kendrick Drake type.
Sure.
It would work for certain people, but for like Travis Scott and Uzi, that would not work at all.
Yeah,
They need you to be stuffed inside a small ass room, sweaty, and everybody just jumping around.
Yeah.
So we gonna see, but interesting. I just wanted to bring that up. We got some new music as well, and we haven't talked about this new music in a while, but go catch everybody up. Bryson Tiller dropped a new song, and his new album is coming, but his new song is called Always Forever. But on this Friday, he's dropping the deluxe version of Trap Soul for the 5-year anniversary. And honestly, after hearing this new song, this nigga should have just dropped the album. Because the new song, Always Forever, is hard. The other one was hard, Inhale. The nigga just need to drop the new album. I don't care about the 5-year anniversary of Trap Soul. I don't need a deluxe version of that.
Man, I think, and I really like Bryson, bro, but I feel like for whatever reason, after Trap Soul, he had super success from that, and then he stopped taking music as serious.
For
you know
sure.
what I mean?
Set It Off was not that great.
Yeah, and I think releasing a deluxe version of Trap Soul 5 years later kind of confirms that.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's hard for me, and I know I don't speak for everybody, but for me as a fan, it's hard for me to buy into what you're doing if I feel like you're not all the way in. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to know, like, all right, this nigga dropped some heat. This gonna hold me till the next drop, and he ain't really all the way active like artist.
But I gotta give him credit. The new shit does sound good. The new shit sound
the new track. Because I matter of fact, I seen you tweet it, and that's what made me go check it out.
The new shit is sounding good. That's what I'm saying. That's why I wanted. That's why I'm like, yo, he should have just dropped the new album. But he might be waiting for touring, but he's not that type of artist, so I don't want to hear that bullshit from him.
Well, I think the deluxe is kind of like the promo.
The promo
it's
for the
like,
shit.
I'm gonna get niggas talking about me again. He might throw 2 or 3 tracks added on,
and one's a weekend track too.
Yeah, so I think that's to get niggas talking again, and then once he feel like he got the attention on him,
Then he gonna
he gonna drop
drop
the
the
new
new
album,
shit.
which is smart. I fuck with it. I
But it's
mean, he
just
ain't
like,
he ain't no Brent, but
oh, that's where
I
he was
I
going
fuck
next.
with Bryson, man.
I
I
knew you
fuck
was
with
coming
Bryson.
with that. Oh shit. Brent Fias dropped a new track too. Shit's super hard.
Bro,
Shit
this
is
nigga is the coldest nigga in R&B since Usher, bro. I don't give a fuck. He the coldest nigga, bro.
That's a claim. The
He the coldest
coolest
R&B nigga,
R&B
bro.
nigga since Usher. So fuck
And
Trey Songz, fuck
fuck
Chris
him,
Brown.
fuck
Like,
him,
damn.
fuck him. Brent Fires, bro. I'm telling you, he bring back some shit that music been lacking for a while, which is like legit. You listen to it and you can feel what he was trying to get you to feel. Like it ain't about no booty shaking shit. It's not about the fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not none of that little I'm just trying to go viral. It's like, yo, this is real music. And
The
music,
soul is
our
back.
music, it's been lacking that. That's
Yeah.
been my beef with the Uzis. I've been beefing with them niggas forever. You know what I mean? I don't really that type of music don't do it for me. They not saying or talking about nothing. And I know a lot of people they confuse that for, oh, you want the conscious shit. There's conscious rappers. But it's not even about that. Like just if you want to make a club song or a high energy song, make something that give me that feeling.
Yeah.
Uzi don't do that. Like I don't give a fuck about your Balenci bag. I don't care about none of that shit, bro. Give me something that's gonna make me feel. That's what music is, bro.
I can fuck with that,
And
but for you to say
Brent is
the
that
hardest R&B
nigga. He
nigga
the
since
hardest
Usher
R&B
is
nigga
nuts.
since Usher, bro. Hardest R&B nigga since Usher, and I'm standing on that.
I'm gonna have to
I'ma die
refute
on
that
that
next
hill.
next week. We're gonna bring that back with Brooklyn. I gotta refute that. I gotta do my
I'm ready
research
for it.
ready.
Y'all just name me one nigga. I'm gonna have
look.
a solid case for Brent.
I'm gonna look because they got.
Just name me one nigga.
They got Chris, they got Trey, they got The Weeknd, they got Frank. Like, come on, man. Like, since Usher.
Frank is a good
I don't want to do this right now. We're not doing this right now because you can't just drop the bomb on me. I know you ready. I'm not ready. So I gotta do my shit. Cause that's a take. I'm clipping that. That's a
Frank would be a good argument though.
That's a take.
If you wrote with Frank, that would be a good argument.
Oh, I'm gonna be ready
really
next week because I like
the only reason why I say not Frank is because he just quit on us. You know what I mean?
See, look, he dropping. See, stop. You gotta stop. You dropping the things to get people head ready to go for next. We doing this fresh. But I like that though. I'm clipping that. That's a fact. Yo, but now that Brent song, that's super hard. And I texted Doom. I was like, he the king of R&B right now. Now I can say that. That I can say right now. He is the king of R&B.
One project away from solidifying that.
That's a fact. Yeah. Because
that Fuck the World was hard, bro.
Super, super hard. And then I like the Truth EP that was before that one. And then the song that the Saunders song album that he dropped that was just him to get away from them niggas. That was like, all right, now I'm by myself. That shit was good. Right. So he went that one, Truth, Fuck the World, and now this little single. Shit is tough. But let me shout out to Blast, BLXST, No Love Lost. That's a great R&B album. That shit is fire. I don't know if you got a chance to listen to it. That shit is amazing. I want to suggest that to people out there. That shit is litty. But all right, let's see what we got next up on the docket. Okay, we did Brent thing. Okay. Oh, just some small news. Dram, DRAM, Broccoli, changed his name to Shelly.
Okay.
Changed his name to Shelly.
That was like some label.
That's his real name.
But I fuck with Dram. Does
Dram go hard?
Like Shelly now. So.
Does he go hard?
I'm curious to see what he coming with next.
Interesting.
I think some of his singles is a little on the corny side. Like I don't really, like I was just saying, I don't really like the music that sound like you chasing a hit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Where it sound like you got a room full of writers and y'all attempted to make the next radio smash. Like that type of music I don't really fuck with. I know obviously most people do because that's why they chasing those type of hits, but that's just not my style. But he is super talented nigga.
Real.
I'll say that.
All right, Shelly, we're going to be on the lookout for what you got next. Next up, Charlemagne apologized to Angela Yee. It was found out on his new Vlad interview. He was talking about it. He said the nuance of it is me and Angela have worked together for almost 10 years. If me and Angela Yee weren't necessarily on the best of terms, I could see why she would feel like I'm not her friend. I literally just apologized to Lee to Yee for that. Like yesterday, Charlamagne has said he hadn't seen Angela in months due to the pandemic, but it gave him time to reflect. I got genuine love for Angela Yee and DJ Envy. We built something historic. The Breakfast Club is literally going into the Radio Hall of Fame. We were co-workers or friends. We're bonded together forever. Charlamagne also said that he knows people can sense the tension of the Breakfast Club, but he believes it's petty for them to continue on this way. So he apologized, made everything straight so he could fix the relationship. And he was hurt by Angela Yee saying they're not friends, but he can see why she said that.
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy. But you can tell it just from, obviously niggas listen to the show. Like over the years, you can see why they got to that point. You know what I'm saying? Like the type of personality that Charlamagne is, and especially with her being a woman, you can almost see that, especially when they were in interviews. Like I felt like he did a lot to purposely kind of step over her. Like she would try to talk, and
honestly, both of them.
Yeah, niggas don't really realize that in radio, like the preparation that go into those interviews, especially interviews on that level. We talking like niggas are sitting there for hours prepping, like, all right, I want to say this. When they bring this up, I want to ask about this. And you digging into what's been going on with these different artists or personalities. And she trying to come up with one of her points. And the nigga just step all over it to say some dumbass Charlamagne shit. Like, I can see why over the course of years, you'd be like, all right, fuck this nigga, bro. You don't respect nothing I got going on. You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel you. Look, people sense it, and it's funny, even through the Zoom call, you can sense it even more because it's like they're separate and like they don't realize their facial is just different. Yeah. You could see it. You could see the hate in there. But good for him. Glad he apologized. Hopefully the Breakfast Club can continue for as long as it can. And the final thing I got today on the list. Oh no, I got two more things actually. The second, like the final pop culture thing I got. Chance the Rapper said Bieber's new album is Michael Jackson good. He said this is the best thing since Off the Wall.
What the fuck?
He just said that it just out already? No, he just did an interview with Bieber on Zoom like today, or yes, it just got released today, and that happened like a couple minutes ago. He just said that shit.
Well, I'm gonna be ready to hear this album.
People said Chance back on drugs. Hopefully, his new album is good.
Hey, they said if he is, I'm 100% in support of that. Ship this nigga some acid. Matter of fact, Chance, hit me up. I will personally fund your acid habit. We need acid rap back, bro.
If we get my wife too, I'm not listening to that, bro. I'm sorry, I'm not. Oh shit. But okay, so I got two questions for you. First one, have you ever been in a situation where your neighbors were moving and they were like moving and they looked at you for like maybe your assistance? But what did you do in those situations? My ass ran into the house. I did not help.
Man. That actually happened to me maybe like a couple weeks ago.
Did you help?
Fuck no. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I guess because I'm a Louisiana nigga, but you know how we are in Louisiana. Like, if I see my neighbors outside, I'm gonna try to talk,
be friendly,
and at least say hey, my nigga.
Yeah.
But in Vegas, it's not that, bro. Like a nigga be like, nigga, don't talk to me, don't look at me, we ain't cool. We neighbors, like nigga, our houses are literally 20 feet apart.
Yeah.
Like I see you almost every day. Like I'll be outside, you outside with your kid. You know what I'm saying? I try to say what's up, and I'm the weird nigga for saying what's up.
What's up? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like now that you moving and shit, you wasn't friendly then. You wasn't friendly then, so fuck that.
I feel that. That was kind of my reason was, first off, I was up. This was like one of those nights where I was editing late. I ended up staying up till like 5. I went go get me some McDonald's. I just got back, like just a little early breakfast to start my day off. They moving at like 4 a.m. I'm like, no, they didn't even say nothing to me. So if they didn't say nothing to me, I'm not saying nothing to them. I just run in my fucking house. But I felt bad though. I did feel bad because it's what you said. Because we're Louisiana niggas, it's like, oh, you feel inclined to be friendly to your neighbors, but like they were the type of people that if they don't speak to you, then I'm not speaking to you. Because when you do speak, it's like, hey, like it's like I don't want to get told. hey, with that face, like
And bro, moving has got to be the
the
top
worst.
5 worst shits to
It
do.
it
Like,
is, bro. I've told my girlfriend, I've told my family, like they know how I feel about moving. I stay into a place until I cannot stay or I have to leave because I refuse to. I hate moving, bro. Moving is the
yeah.
worst thing to do. Like
When
as like an adult, that's one of the worst.
yeah, when I moved into this crib, bro, I literally just bit the bullet and paid somebody to move all my shit from me.
I'm doing that next time. I am
I
doing that
swear to
next time.
God, bro. And it was worth every penny. Like legit, bro. All I did, I boxed all my shit, all the heavy shit. These niggas came in, grabbed it, put it in a truck, drove it to the new crib.
Set it up.
The only fucked up thing is they didn't do no fire setup. Like they kind of just
Mm.
put all my shit in the living room and I had to move it to where it was. And even that was still aggravating as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because you go through that like that little week and a half, 2 week period where you
Everything's
at
just
home, but you don't feel like you at home.
yeah,
Everything in
everything just
boxes, you living
yeah,
out
it's
of
just
bags and
chilling.
shit. Like it ain't
Hate
it
that
ain't
shit.
fun. It ain't fun. But I definitely recommend anybody that's planning on moving, hire movers, bro. It's
Ooh,
worth
I'm doing
every
that next
fucking
time.
penny.
You just convinced me because I hate fucking moving. So I wanted to ask that was brought on by some real life circumstances. Another thing that I wanted to ask because I forgot I saw a video of these two teens talking about this and I thought it was funny. What was your worst hookup experience? And I'll jump off the ledge first. So worst hookup experience. This is kind of where I'm going with this. So I'm with this girl, and I can talk about this because if I had to bet money on all of the women I've hooked up with, of the one who does not listen to the pod, is definitely this girl, 1000%. So I don't have to worry about telling this story. So this is my senior year of high school. So like, boom, I'm with this chick, and like I've become sexually active. This is like my summer before my junior year was the first time I had sex. I've become like I'm sexually active. I'm rolling. I'm doing shit. Every weekend is going down. I'm sexually active. So me and this girl was chilling. We had hooked up a couple of times. And she was like, let's be adventurous. So I'm like, cool. What you want to do? She's like, let's do it outside. I was like, all right, bet. So, but you got to think, as a black guy, there's a couple, and you're with a white woman. It's like, where are you gonna do this outside at? So where it's like inconspicuous. So we went to this school playground in River Ranch. So for those who are listening, you can know where that's at. We went to this school playground in River Ranch. We went inside the like the little castle slide area. So I'm getting my thug thizzle on. Start to get some head. In that situation of getting head, the girl's knees were on the steps coming up to the shit. You know, like when you're walking up the fucking play shit, like how there's like multiple
Yeah.
levels. So I might be sitting on the third level, her knees on like between the second and third. Well, however the fuck that shit was. The bitch it slips somehow and just bites all on my penis. She like scrapes it and then just gives it a big bite.
Man.
I jumped and I just was like, oh, I was in so much pain for hours. Worst hookup experience. She was like, you want to continue? I was like, no. I went
crazy.
I went dropped her to her car. It was over with for that night. That night it was done. Lyndon went home.
That's crazy. See, I ain't got no crazy stories like that. It's hard to follow that up.
Bit my shit
The
completely.
one that yeah, that's bad, bro. I thank God I've never experienced nothing like that before.
It's the worst.
That's like honestly my biggest fear, bro.
It's the worst.
Honestly, you got to think about how much trust you got to have in a woman to go down on you, especially one that you might not be dealing with like that. Because who's to say they don't just fuck your shit up? Like
That's
they
a
could really
fact.
end your shit. Bro.
That's why I don't let any women that I am not like that, like I have a strong connection with. I don't let them touch my balls. Fuck no. You're not going there. Like that's a no-no.
Yeah.
Why would I let you touch something that's so delicate when your ass can fuck me up? And that has fucked me up ever since. Like I've been like anti-blowjob. I'm always rating sex over that because of that fucking instance. 1000%.
I feel sorry for you because I love top, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Top.
That shit fucked me up. It scarred me. That is a fact.
See, but my experience, it ain't as wild as that one. I feel crazy following that story up. But I'm thinking back, I probably maybe was junior, senior in high school. I was real young. You were saying maybe first getting into it. Now, you got a picture. This was around, social media was just starting to come in. This might have been like late MySpace phase, early
Okay.
Facebook-ish. But I don't know if you remember, the big thing with MySpace was the profile songs, right?
Yeah, 1000%.
And me and Krista, we was going hard back then. We had this song. It was called "Stuck on You." It was this little love song, little
Okay.
R&B shit. Krista was rapping. I was singing the hook. And I remember at this point in time, just for context, people was like putting our song as their
And they
profile
top
song.
lit.
And we was like kind of,
Y'all was feeling
because
that.
in that time, bro, especially back then, like it was hard to just make music. Like now
that's a fact.
computers and shit advanced, but we was like the only niggas in the area that was really like doing it. We had a little song on 107.9 and shit. Like we was kind of buzzing,
doing
bro.
something, yeah.
So I linked with this chick who was just kind of like on some little mini groupie shit. Like she just wanted to fuck with me because like I was the nigga that made that song, which was dope as fuck at that time. So we do our thing, bro, and like I'm super young. I'm not too experienced at that point. So I was just getting my shit off. Like I wasn't trying to go crazy. I wasn't trying to do nothing. I'll never forget, bro. She was like, "You sing about all that shit and that was it? We don't get no extra rounds. We don't get no like." And I remember sitting there, bro, like really feeling played. Like I was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Like that was probably my worst experience. But she wasn't nothing like that to me. So I was just getting my shit off. You know how niggas was then, bro. It's like you just get you and it's done. You
That's
know what
all
I'm saying?
that matter. Yo,
And it wasn't even that it didn't last long. She just was expecting me to do some
crazy
ass
shit. Yeah.
had the candles lit and all this crazy shit. And it was just like, nah, I'm still a regular nigga.
Yeah, I'm
still a regular ass nigga.
Yeah, wait, okay. I know mine was some physical shit, but that shit, like me being, and like you said, it didn't matter to you because you was just getting your shit off. 18-year-old me would not have cared about that either. 26-year-old me is like,
Nah, but you gotta think like mentally where you are at that age. Like,
you don't give a fuck.
17, 18. But I'm saying like even then, like sex was still like, oh, I'm nervous.
Yeah.
What if I'm not cold? What if my shit lit?
That's
what
true.
If you know what I'm saying? You still got that kind of mindset. So like you gotta think how a nigga felt. Like I'm literally like 10 seconds out the coochie, bro. I ain't even pulled my shit up yet. And she like, damn, nigga, that's what the fuck. That's how you tell me.
That's heartbreaking.
Like I was literally sitting there like, damn, I don't even know what to say, bro. But in the back of my mind, I was like, fuck it, I still hit. And she was bad. That's
the point. I agree. Bad. I would have had that same thought, but like that's crazy. I would have been so hurt, just like, damn, like, well, at least 26-year-old me would have been hurt. I'd have been like, what the fuck? That's it. Yeah, bitch, that's fucking it.
See, but at least I can say at the age I am now, bro, if I'm fucking somebody, we definitely on the level for me to want to put in some effort.
Oh, for sure.
I was wilding back then. Like I didn't give two fucks.
Yeah, it was just about just getting you and that's it.
Thanks.
That's funny. Yo, that was funny. That was a good one. Oh shit. Oh man. Hell yeah. Well, that's all we got this week. This week's special guest, we will have a world premiere song by Lil Art Hoe, but he is also coming on to be the interview for this week. So we'll get into that right after Doom tells us his social media and everything. So Doom, go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, man. Follow me at Lil Doom SJE on Instagram and Twitter. Y'all fuck with me.
Hell yeah. Y'all make sure y'all go follow Doom. And with that being said, let's get into the world premiere song from Lil Art Hoe right now.
take up. Niggas on tell right. Coming on tell right front up. Get it up, guns on you. Get it up, guns on you. Tell me like a take up. Tell me like a take up. Cause you know what's up. Tell me like a take up, hold up. Tell me like a take up, song up. Tell me not say like you're up. Tell me not face like you're up. Hard face like you're up. But yeah, you don't feel right. But yeah, you don't feel right. But yeah, you don't feel right. How can I help you? Nothing like a take up, nothing like a take up, put it in your house and shoot you up. Put it on that place and I get him up. Nothing like a take up. Walk up in this house and I feel fuck. Walk up in this house with a big blood. Lying in the world like a take up. Lying in the world like a take up. I'm living in the world like a take up. Get up on the guns in my bros now. Shoot him in the face when we going up. Lying in the world like a take up. I'm living in the world like a take up. Get up on the guns in my bros now. Shoot him in the face when we going up. Living like a take up. Start like a take up. When you run it back and you know that. When you run it back and you know that. I don't really shit like you that. Don't ever tired of holding. Don't ever tired of going. Don't ever tired of holding. Living like a take up. Fuck on the barrel. Chillin' in the face up. Better to the ground now. Nothing like a backdrop. Nothing like a backup. Every couple backup.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this week's special guest, you just heard an unreleased track by this guy, Mission Impossible. I'm gonna call him, I guess, Lil Art Hoe. There's so many names for this guy over here. Can't even see his face right now, but he is joining us. How you doing, Mr. Mr. Hoe?
Yes, Mr. Hoe. That's my father. I'm good, man. I'm out here in Denver. I'm fucking living life. Getting this bag. Chasing, heavy chase right now.
That's what's up. We see fucking Tony Danza. That's hilarious. But yeah, you dropped a new project, Buy My OnlyFans this year. Super dope project, if I must say so myself. Flesh Cassette has some shit out right now. Plus, every damn week has been going like a new song every week. I'm gonna start off with that. How has that been? Like dropping a song every week?
It's been exhilarating. It makes the year like fly by. This is the second time I've done that, like where I do a song every week for like an entire year. That's like, just, I don't know. It's there's a lot going on. But I felt bad this week. I uploaded one today. It was almost 2 weeks. So then I got to upload another one tomorrow. So I'm going to just do back-to-backs on that. That's if you check it, it's I do a story. That's the other thing. Like I do like a little story thing with it too. It's like a whole little thing. Like I like it. I like doing it. It's fun. I'll probably do it next year too.
I feel like it just gives you like to always have something out there, to always like continue constantly working. It never brings a low point when you do that.
Yeah. It's just that kind of work makes me feel really good. You know, there's a lot. I've been trying to just do more things that kind of like just feed my soul and shit.
100%. So let's get to what made you want to drop. Well, at first, what made you want to title Buy My OnlyFans? The OnlyFans movement is popping. We've been covering it on this show. Now, fucking from Bella Thorne doing shitty shit to all these influencers jumping on to all kind of crazy shit going on with OnlyFans. So what are you in the OnlyFans craze right now?
You know, I everything I do in regards to like music is it's always got to have some kind of like underlying like idea, and it has a lot to do with like ideology. And with that project in particular, it was a whole piece. You know, it wasn't just an album. You know, I didn't just upload an album. You know, if you followed it and like everything I did, it was crazy. I actually made an OnlyFans, which I have 0 subscribers right now. Anybody?
Wait, no, pause. Didn't you make it like stupid expensive to subscribe to you?
I made it $50 million. And then I couldn't actually make it 50 million on the app. There's actually a limit to subscription fee. You can only charge $49. I think it's like $50 is the max you can do. So I had it at 50 for a while, and then I dropped it to 15, and I think it's still at 15.
I don't care. It was supposed to be like, whenever you buy like a CD and they have like the little artwork, or when you used to buy a CD, we don't buy CDs anymore, but
Yeah.
the little
Like the little
artwork
booklet.
would. Yeah, it's like the little booklet. It's part of that, It's like if you were to actually pay that money to get on that, you would see some fucking hilarious content, in my opinion.
Oh, okay.
It's not sexual. It's not sexual. I mean, it's sexual, but it's very funny.
It's about like
it's
the booklet to the album.
It's
that's hard. I didn't know that.
It's humorous. It's humorous and feel good, And then of course we so it's really just about, we do a lot of fucking out here in these streets, like us as the people. We be getting fucked, we be doing the fucking, and there's a lot going on, and it's about time you pay me, so buy my OnlyFans.
Yeah, no facts. No, go buy his OnlyFans, man. Support this project. This project is hard,
and buy everybody's,
support the creator. No, I feel that. So let's get into the project itself. You got like a couple of hard songs to start the album with, like Kill Time, In My Life, and Salma Hayek. You're going for like this auto-tune crooner, but like not even like these other dudes out in the game. Like you're saturating it, but it still comes through clear as fuck. You can understand what you're saying to an extent. The music around it is very spacey, but still at the same time feel good, make you want to dance. Talk to me about just like the creation of this album and like the direction you're going.
Man, it's honestly almost every song on the album minus the lead single, which in my opinion was the OnlyFans Brain. It's like the title track.
Yeah.
All these songs are made at different times. Like they're all demos from as far back as like 2016. And this was the third album that I pulled together out of a very large catalog of music. Some of it I made like within like 2 months, I made like 40 songs. And then like a lot, like over 3 years, I made like 5 songs, and I was trying to blend a little bit of both of those on this project. Like, for example, that Killin' Time demo I made in this, like, I had this like 2 month span where I was just making so much music, and I did that one. Then it was part of that catalog. But then, what's the one? The Salma Hayek song was like super old. Like I have no idea what year that was from, but it definitely wasn't 2020, 2019, or 2018.
How many of these songs are new? Like from like 2 years.
The newest one is the Buy My OnlyFans, or the OnlyFans Brain. That song, I wrote that song 2 weeks before I released the album, or three weeks. I came up with the video. I was doing the video before I even wrote the song. Like I was already doing cuts and stuff.
That video is ill, and I was gonna get to that. But before we even get to that, because I think talking about your video making skills is like a thing that should be separate. What made you? Was it like a life thing, stuff going on in your life? What made you go from and you still did your every damn week, but you said like you would go from songs from so long ago, and then you'd have songs from like 3 to 5 years. What made you take gaps in between making this music and making this project?
Fucking life, man. You know how expensive this shit is. And just moving around, I spent some time in Denver. I got my mind off of things and onto things, and I think I changed a lot.
Yeah, you definitely did. Can we talk about your past life?
Which past life?
The past life that you came on the show for before. I'm trying to be secretive, but like I know you. Like that's what. Like,
no, Jesse's dead, man.
I know, dead. And that's what I'm saying. Okay, so boom. Now that we put that out there, Jesse's is 1,000% dead.
I killed him.
Jesse. No, we know that. That is a fact.
Yeah.
What was that transition like from killing Jesse and him dying, and then coming back as coming back as Lil Art Hoe?
Honestly, it feels better, a lot better. In high school, I was doing the Sick Flow Beats thing, and it feels like that energy, and I felt really good at that time in my life. I felt really good creatively,
and that's why I think this one.
I love being
so well.
back in it.
Because you merge I don't want to say you merge the two, but like you take elements that you learned from Jesse in his lifetime, and you take elements that you had at Sick Flow and you merge into this new thing. Because, bro, I gotta give you your props. You were doing the auto-tune shit way before the rap game was. Like, let me call a spade, being like a 16-year-old kid, like at a party, got my wristband chilling, and then all I hear is this, like, you think Lil Wayne and T-Pain auto-tune was like the only thing. No. This dude was doing the Uzi Travis Scott shit before those dude even conceived it, which is nuts to me.
It's the live experience with that was definitely more of what you see today from any huge performer. And yeah, it was back then because I came from a heavy metal community, and those kinds of shows were exactly. I mean, there was like mosh pits at these shows sometimes whenever I was doing that Sick Flow stuff in high school. Like, it was just, that energy was crazy to me. And I think whenever things can clear up, if I start doing shows again, I'd really just like to
do it like that.
Try to bring that back to the table.
100%.
Because it was just so fun.
So
yeah, but even crazier now.
Do you still DJ? Are we still gonna get DJ sets, or is that dead? Okay, cool.
Hell yeah, I DJ. I did a mix. For my friend Jim Gesture. He has a record label group chat. It's just the group chat club. And shout out him and them because they're wonderful, and they let me do like a 20-minute set. So yeah, I do still DJ, but I only play techno. I don't take any requests anymore. I laugh. I smile, but I don't. It's like you could be saying anything to me if I'm DJing. I'll just look at you and be like, yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah, man, because we're just DJing, man. It's all vibes. But yeah, I still DJ.
Hell yeah. Okay.
I was doing a bit of DJing in New Orleans before this Corona shit hit. Me and my boy Prescott.
Yeah, I remember that. I definitely remember that. Oh gosh, how has that been for you? Because I ask everybody who comes on this show this just to get different experiences and whatnot. And like, how has that been? Like, because live shows got stopped, but even on top of that, like just real life shit. Like it was deeper than that. It was deeper than just us doing live events and whatnot.
Yeah, I don't shows. I wasn't so into shows. I didn't. Most of the music I make is studio projects. Like it's for the sake of art, because I just don't have the time or the money or the friends anymore in general. We all grew up a little bit separated, but yeah, I didn't mind it. I'm super creative. You could lock me in a room if I have a laptop and some Wi-Fi and maybe a couple random items like clay stuff. I'd be fine.
Okay, 100%. So let's talk about the video making, because I think some of the videos that you have been making have been fucking nuts. Like that OnlyFans brain video is crazy, mixing the hentai with the porn and then deep faking yourself onto the shit. Like that was some technical shit right there going. Like at least some new age 2020 technical shit going on right there.
I love whenever just hearing somebody acknowledge all those things that I spent quite a bit of time on.
I know.
In general in that video. Because there's
that
some points you're doing it, you're like, yeah. At some point you're in there. It's been like, I don't even know how many hours I worked on it. And I'm just like, does it even like
matter?
Does it even translate? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Does it translate? Are people going to understand this,
No.
And most of the time they won't and don't. So it's really nice whenever,
you get people.
I can, yeah.
I feel that it's on Pornhub right now. It's on YouTube. I'm trying to see the other, because I don't want to talk about something that I've seen personally that like I know a video's coming. I'm trying to see like what's out. That's
dude, nothing. I'm a Glass House man. Which one are you talking about?
I was talking about that. Okay, it was the video that you had showed me when we were at Mark's house that last time. It wasn't the only. It was the new one you were
More Friends.
Yes.
Either Max 5 or More Friends.
I think it was More Friends. Is that video out?
No. That video that might drop before the end of the year.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be ill.
Yeah.
And what's up with Flesh Cassette? Because I feel like Flesh Cassette is a project that the Lil Art Hoe, I think takes hip hop elements, but I feel like Flesh Cassette is more so like I'ma really sing on this bitch, and like I'm do my thing over here.
I'm a sting on this bitch.
No,
That's such
like,
a funny way to put it.
That's what it is.
No,
like,
I get it.
Arno's
That's
more
totally what
musical,
it is.
But Flesh Cassette's like,
Yeah.
nah, I'm gonna show you fuckers. Like, I can do this.
Yeah.
Like, for sure.
Flesh Cassette. The thing about Flesh Cassette, it's like I write. One thing is I write the lyrics in Flesh Cassette. I don't just like you know, I don't just. It's not like me just vibing. It's like yeah, it's exactly what you said. It makes it yeah. And I was thinking about dropping an album, another album. I had to re-release my shit because Spotify removed my first EP with that band. I was so pissed, and they never sent me an email or nothing.
Fuckers, fucking Spotify.
Yeah, bro.
So
they be pissing me off sometimes.
So should we expect that like end of the year, early next year, sometimes around then?
100% confirmed there will be a Flesh Cassette album before the end of this year.
Ooh.
Probably way sooner than you're thinking. Yeah.
Ooh, okay, I was thinking
I have
December.
I have to do some video. I have to do some video work on it, but it's done. The whole album's done. And if you pay attention, you've heard it. It's just I think it just needs to be like presented the way that I would like to present it, you know. If you keep up with every damn week is like my stream of consciousness sort of. So it's like if you keep up with that and you listen to those, it's like you've probably heard some of these songs, but now they're just more readily available because I hate SoundCloud personally.
Trust me, I know. That's why I'm fucking YouTube right now. Fuck, man. Speaking some inside baseball.
Chase a bag,
right,
bro.
You know the waves. You know the fucking vibes. But people don't realize we're like real friends. We're like this is
you're my boy. Like I've known you forever
since I was 3. Like that is a fact.
I know. It's like literally like one of my first like best friends. Like it was you and Chase.
That is a physics. Shout out to Chase. If he listens to this, like, you know, because I don't know. So many randoms. Who knows? But all right, let me ask you what's going on right now. Oh, but y'all be sure. Okay, so let me give all the plugs because I plug everybody else. I'm gonna plug my homie. So all right, so on Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud, buy my OnlyFans. The O is a 0. Make sure y'all know that. And then Lil Art Hoe everywhere. But y'all go to his OnlyFans, and now I don't know where that is. I'm keeping it a B. You tell the people where they can find your
same thing. Lil _Art _ Hoe. Same thing.
Y'all go buy his shit, man, because that. Please, somebody buy it and like let us know what's up. Like, let us know if it's litty. Shit, I'm gonna buy it.
Damn, yeah, leak my nudes, bro. You trying to leak my nudes?
I'm just fucking. But for real, y'all go buy it because this project is awesome. And I'm supposed to say that every week, but this project really is special. And like the amount of work that went into it I've seen it. The amount of work is crazy, and it's just. This project is dope, like from The Real Enemy, Selma Hayek, Getting Paid. There's a Batman song that was supposed to be on here that I heard that's lit as fuck. Like, there's so much shit
that got moved. That's next year.
I know so much shit that's coming, but y'all go check out Buy My OnlyFans. It's a really, really dope project. Let me ask you like some shit that's just like about the world and just about yourself right now. Just like let's shoot the shit for like 15 minutes and I'll get you out of here.
Yeah.
So, all right, what's up? Man, what you been thinking about what's been going on with the world? Because I know you have a real perspective, and like we've talked about this a lot off air. Just give your thoughts on where we are right now as a country.
There's a lot of lanes you could consider in that way. I think we're doing pretty awful in the lanes that I consider important in terms of like democracy, sustainable farming, and shit like that. Just the planet in general is a goddamn wreck. No idea what's going on. I think they had this movie come out. It was called like The Social Dilemma. Check it out. It's like, it's basically just like a magnifying glass on a lot of things that I personally have had a problem with for years in terms of social media. I think we're doing horrible. We're so basically what I think the driving point of that movie was we're so polarized because like 36 like straight white men in tech like Silicon Valley coded these ridiculous AIs that they themselves have very little control over at this point. They just write it. It's like a machine that automatically operates and it pushes itself, and it pushed itself to this point. And if you like movies like The Matrix, that to me is an attack. That is the almost the exact same thing as like the last movie where all the robots are coming up. It's where we're just going to kill each other and then they'll just keep going. Like,
Yeah, those
it's the
machines
perfect plan.
in that code. Yeah, no, y'all
Because
definitely check out
they're
Social
AIs,
Dilemma.
and that's what they came up with. Yeah, I mean, some
that
people
shit's
have
nuts.
their issues with some people have their issues with Netflix. I mean, fuck every big company. Like, dude, I just, I'm obviously not extremely capitalist, but yeah, they can choke on it, but that movie wasn't bad.
No, yeah, and we don't even have to talk about Netflix, but definitely Social Dilemma. It says a lot of the problems going on right now in this world. I want to ask you. You said The Matrix. Is that your favorite movie? Look, like just throw that out there to your fans out there.
It's one of my favorite stories for sure.
What you been watching? Finish up what you were saying. But then,
been watching?
Yeah, what you been watching lately? Like, give us the lowdown. Like, what's your favorites?
Syndicated Cartoon Network right now, seriously, all day. Like when I have time to watch TV, I watch syndicated Cartoon Network, like start to finish, like all the kids shit. Like some of it sucks, some of it's not so bad. Gumball usually really hits, they just be pulling from a vault. But back to the Matrix thing. And Adult Swim's been really good too.
Adult Swim's been really fucking good recently.
The way it's been, the way they run it, they created a real culture with that. But yeah, The Matrix is just such a good story because you can symbolize that with like anything. Like you could create a movie that isn't like a $10 bajillion budget, but it's like two people walking through a park and you use The Matrix like as the story, and it's like just a crazy story.
No, 100%. Syndicated, like, let me ask you this, because since you've been watching this, bro, Cartoon Network hasn't really been, like, I know they got Gumball, and they have that little cool black show, which I think is fire, Craig and the Creek, but other than that
show's pretty funny.
They have some trash shows right now on Cartoon Network.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say, obviously, we don't write cartoons for children and stuff,
Facts.
But they're, like, it's always... I just felt like if they kind of took a similar approach, but it's what made us. Like we have our sense of humor and like shit like that because the shows were written by certain people.
That's true.
And like these kids, it's more of like they're making us this way rather than it's like better, but they just don't write like they used to write. Cartoons used to be really edgy and
they were
aggressive.
They were super like if you look at
it was
last generation's Cartoon Network slate, that was a way more edgy than what they had. Like regular show could have been on Adult Swim, and Gumball is fucking edgy.
Regular show could have. Yeah, Gumball's a fantastic show. Just everything about it. They have such a great production crew on it.
That is a fact. And if anything,
I appreciate what I appreciate about it is that they're putting that much effort in for the kids. I think kids that watch Gumball now will be really funny when they grow up.
Yeah, and they'll probably have like a good sense of, like you said, really funny, have a good sense of humor. I think they'll be smart
or
kids.
Something
they layer some
something
shit
that
there.
I like.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Ton of depth.
Word. So, man, fuck Drew Brees. I'm still on that the Saints are looking
Holy
bad
shit,
this
that
year.
hurts so fucking bad. Oh my god. They need to make some moves. Not to get into sports talk, but like
I just have to throw that out
they
there,
should have established some things before the year started, like, in regards to Drew and what his role should be.
He can't throw the ball 25 yards down the field. It's a fucking atrocious. And I know people have been attacking me on Facebook,
I hate
but
no.
I don't give a fuck.
I hate to think about it.
It's true.
I hate to think about it.
People don't want to admit that, like, it's time. It's fucking time.
It is time. We were saying that last year.
Saying that last year. Bro, thank you. At least, see, everybody who watches the show, they know. I've been asking for this, and now y'all are seeing why. I just had to get that out there because I'm going to say that every fucking week I do this show because I have to, I feel like I need to do my just to prepare the fan base that watches this show from New Orleans. The Patriots went through it last year. We got to go through it. It's time. Fucking cut this dude. Jameis will do all right.
Hey, it's fine though because we beat Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact.
We could lose every other game, but like everybody can settle down now about Tom and Drew. Yeah,
because he looks really bad his damn self. But thank you, bro, for coming on the show, man.
Dude, it's always a pleasure, man. I love your network. You've grown it so much. Your hustle is immaculate right now, and I'm real proud of you.
We doing some stuff, and you already know. I love you for sure. Tell the people where they can find you on social media and plug away.
Social media, okay. On Instagram, I'm Lil_Art_Hoe_CCX. That has to do with my label, Devoid Records, which is also on Instagram. I don't know the handle off the bat. Doesn't really matter. It's more of an archive. I don't necessarily find a need to build a following there. Twitter is just Lil_Art_Hoe. Straight up. Find me on YouTube. Got the label YouTube up, Devoid Records, and then I got my OnlyFans everywhere. I got that bitch. Just Google Lil_Art_Hoe, and 100%. You can find me probably. Find me in these digital streets.
Y'all make sure y'all go follow him. Y'all make sure y'all go buy his OnlyFans. Check out the project. Like I said, this album is like phenomenal. This album is spectacular. Definitely gonna be up for the Bros Who Think album of the year at the end of the year when we give out awards. This shit is ill. It's dope. Y'all go follow my brother Lil Art Hoe and have a good one, man.
Yeah.
But let's finish up the show with Bros Who Ball. All right, I want to say thank you to Lil Art Hoe for coming on the pod. Really appreciate it. Y'all make sure y'all go check out his album, Buy My OnlyFans. Y'all make sure y'all go get his OnlyFans. Look, if you're just jumping on, you won't understand that conversation. But you got to go listen to the interview to understand. But again, thank you to Lil Art Hoe for coming on the show. It's that time of the show now called Bros Who Ball. And joining me as always are my guys transversing the realm of sports with me. To the left, we got Mr. Adam Schubert. And at the bottom, we got Justin Baptiste. How are you guys doing this week? I'll start off with you, Shuby. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Tomorrow or tonight, whenever you listen to this, my alma mater is playing against UAB. On ESPN2. So, that's South Alabama.
Oh, South. Okay, you can claim that now for sure.
That's really exciting. It's the first time those two teams are ever going up against each other. For this year, it's South's new stadium. Next year, in UAB's new stadium.
Starting a little SEC Alabama rivalry.
Sure, yeah. SEC starts this week, and then I'm wearing the Pelicans shirt because a former New Orleans Pelicans is about to get a ring in a couple weeks. Ooh. And that's Solomon Hill.
Oh, that was a good one. We'll talk to you about college football in a little bit before we start off with basketball. Justin, how are you doing?
I'm good, man, but I'm also disappointed about the whole Breonna Taylor thing. We did all this protesting, and there was still no justice. But, we still got to keep on moving on. But
got to keep fighting, baby steps. I'm glad you said that because I talked about that earlier in the show. Basically, we got to keep fighting until we can change quantitative immunity in the police contracts. Until that happens, nothing going to change. But we are making progress. I got to say, a lot of stuff, getting these chokeholds things out of the system, no-knock warrants, getting out. It's progress, but we need to make more. But definitely saddened by the results, 1,000%. But let's get to you, Shuby. Tell us what's up. What should we expect? SEC play starts this week. Just give us some light stuff to get us ready for the SEC football. Tell us who's playing, what you're looking forward to, and whatnot.
It's a pretty easy week for the SEC because a lot of the bigger teams are playing a lot of the lower level SEC. Georgia's playing Arkansas, and Alabama's playing Missouri. But there is one team that is on upset alert, and it's the Auburn Tigers. Kentucky has definitely upped their game in the past few seasons. This could be a year where they can make a lot of noise. Former Auburn backup quarterback is now on Kentucky's roster. So, watch out for the Kentucky Wildcats this weekend. And then LSU and Mississippi State is the main primetime game on CBS. Should be all LSU, but they are going with a new quarterback, Miles Brennan. So we'll see what Miles Brennan puts together. No Jamar Chase. No Joe Brady.
A lot of newbies and no Joe Burrow.
No Joe Burrow. And Mississippi State has a new head coach, Mike Leach, who's very known for his electric offensive.
Washington State.
For his and their quarterback is a transfer quarterback who's been a starter at Stanford for 3 seasons, KJ Costello. So Mississippi State is actually a pretty good, solid football team. So I would watch out for them as well. I think LSU will get the win, but Mississippi State might be competitive.
We're going to have to watch that closely. Ed Orgeron better do well this year. He was just on 60 Minutes. I watched that 60-minute special, not just because you're the national championship. LSU expects multiple, not just one. We need 2, 3. We're trying to get to Saban territory here. So, or Ed O. Bo Pelini, new defensive
He's
coordinator.
back. Yeah, he's back.
No, we have no Dave Aranda. Dave Aranda's gone. We got Bo Pelini, Steve Insminger. Who's the other offensive mind they brought in? They brought in somebody where I was like, oh, real?
Yeah.
Who the? Oh man, who
Wasn't
they
it like
bring
another
in?
former Saints guy or something?
I don't. It was weird because we were like, he's not really known as a passive coordinator. Who was it? So, we bought Linehan, Scott Linehan.
Oh yeah, the former Cowboys.
Yeah, I knew it was somebody that we were like, oh God.
Yeah, and the Cowboys have had such a great offense the past few years.
Which offense are we talking? Because gosh, it's just terrible. But we shall see. Like when Schumer was saying all that about Mike Leach, and I was like, ooh, they might beat us. Just be on the lookout. But that's just our college football corner. We'll talk more college football as the year progresses. But let's get to NBA. It's time to talk some basketball. We got to talk the NBA playoffs. So let's start off with tonight's game. So when people hear this, the most recent game, the Miami Heat take on the Boston Celtics. Right now, game 3 just happened. Game 4 just happened. Yeah, game 4 just happened. Miami wins 112-109 after losing 117-106. People thought the Celtics were on the rise. It was 2-1. But Boston came in, shut that up. Granted, Jason Tatum played well towards the end of the game to the second half. He didn't play too hot to start the game. He was started off like at halftime. It was like 0 for 7. It was really bad. But he ended up doing decently. And also Jimmy Butler had a pretty good game, but it was mainly Tyler Hero who was the star of the show. Tyler Hero had let's see. Why is my stat thing just disappeared all of a sudden? I was
talking about game 3 or game 4?
No, I'm talking about game 4.
37 points.
Yeah, he had 37. Thank you, Schubert. He had 37. Jimmy Butler had 24. Goran Dragic 22 and Bam 20. A solid game from the guys.
It's the most points scored by a player who's 20 years old since Magic Johnson in 1980.
Crazy.
40
also,
years.
If you look at the other side, Tatum had 28, Brown had 21, and Kemba had 20, which I mean isn't a bad game from the Celtics. I just think they waited too late to turn the Magic on. Also, some questionable calls got them a little closer into the game. So, we don't have to go over that. But Justin, what did you see from the Heat this game? And do you think the Celtics have a shot to come back from 3-1?
No, Tyler Hero. I mean, that was the story of the game tonight. They just could not stop him. He had 37 points. They just couldn't stop him. And he was the story of the night. The Celtics, they made their run, but it wasn't enough. This is a good Heat team. But Tyler Hero showed that he's the real deal. And that's really all I have to say is Tyler Hero. 37 points, big shots.
Tyler Hero is vindicating all my basketball takes, like right now. Like the Clippers put me in a shit bind for everybody who's out to come call me out. Tyler Hero's vindicating everything. Last week I was telling y'all, I was like, man, that's a bad, or no, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I was like, that's a bad white boy. I'm not saying he better than Luka, but I don't want that white boy on my team. I said this. I said he just had a swagger about him. He just didn't give a fuck. He cared. And then in that night after I said that, he made a questionable call, which was the first time I ever saw him scared, was in that game they lose, game 3. He bounced because where he was, they gave him the ball. He was wide open. He dribbles up, looks like he's going to shoot. Then he just passes it to Jimmy. He should have shot because he was wide open. He passes it to cover Jimmy. The ball gets stolen. Celtics win the game. But he comes out, balls tonight, puts all that behind him, drops 37, just with a Heat team that looked good. The critics were saying, Mark Jackson specifically was saying Jimmy Butler needs to come out early, be aggressive. He did that this game. And then he let his guys come in and fill out. He didn't do anything in the second, had a monstrous, I believe, third. And then the game ended like it did. Bam Adebayo was doing the pick and roll. I think this was the most complete game from the whole team where you have one of your shooters, Hero Robertson, scoring. You have Jimmy scoring. Your point guard, the Dragon, scoring. And Bam's doing the pick and roll thing. This was what Miami looks like when all cylinders are at its highs. The only thing else they could ask for is the others were knocking down shots. Schubert, what'd you think of this game?
Yeah, specifically game 4, yeah, it was all about Tyler Hero. But what I think if we look at game 3, Eric Spoelstra learned a lot from that loss, and I think it had a lot to do with putting players on the floor. You know, a lot of his rotations, he was starting to see that he wasn't getting as much production out of Olynyk.
Yeah, got him out.
So
we saw Solomon Hill sighting tonight.
Yeah, 4 minutes. Yeah. But, you know, Iguodala got 27 minutes when he only had 7 in the last game. He played a really big, crucial role on the defensive end. And, you know, he got 3 steals, which was the most for the team. That was pretty impressive. You know, he maybe didn't do a lot on offense, but it didn't matter because Tyler Hero was knocking down shots. Goran Dragic was taking it to the basket. And Bam Adebayo was doing what he does best. I mean, Bam Adebayo, arguably, I was watching this game today. I'm like, man, Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo and Goran Dragic seem like the big 3. Like,
no, I'm not gonna let you do that.
I'm not trying to disrespect Jimmy Butler. I'm just saying, like, when it came down the stretch, it was like those guys were the ones that were making the big plays. Jimmy Butler was the anchor, I would say. Like, he, was the guy who you could always trust with the ball.
Yeah, and he's your go-to guy. But I get what you're saying. I 100% understand what you're saying. And then that just goes to show when the Butler-Dragic era is over, they're going to have a big 2 in Adebayo and Hero. They're just going to need someone who can create a la Goran Dragic or Jimmy Butler.
Maybe that's where Kendrick Nunn kind of proves why he was a first-team All-Rookie.
Instead of Tyler.
Yeah, so, he hasn't played much in this bubble, really. And I think that, maybe he's just going to grow in the future. But, Tyler Hero obviously didn't have as great a regular season than Nunn did, but he's showing it here in the bubble. The star that, he possibly could. I mean, his star could burn super bright in a couple weeks if it all goes their way. But,
it's looking like they're gonna make it to the finals. That's what it's looking like.
The one thing I noticed down the stretch, at least, was the 2 defenses that were being played. Boston, when they were playing down, I guess, were really focused on like trying to double team, and the Heat were doing well, moving the ball, finding the open guy. That's where Dragic was really, taking advantage. That's why he got that big 3 in the corner because they were moving around. But the Heat on the other end were playing that 2-3 zone, and they did that so well. Like I was just so surprised that, they moved into that zone and it just didn't seem like Boston could figure it out. So that's something they're gonna have to work on for the next.
This is an interesting question and topic that NBA teams are gonna have to decide going forward, because analytics has pushed us to the 3-pointer, and you can run these zones, these stretched out zones that makes it out to the 3-point, have the 3-point line covered. The way you beat those stretched out zones, Justin knows, is through mid-range. So, Justin, what do you think we're going to see? Like, because analytics has pushed us to the 3, it's allowed teams to stretch out, run these stretch zones, run these 3-2, 2-3, like switches, more so 1-3-1s as well, where they're not worried about the mid-range game. They're mostly worried about the 3 in the paint. Do you see a chance of the mid-range coming back? Because that's something that I've noticed. Like, you can eat, bro, high schools beat zones. Like, zones should not be hard to beat. But the thing is, they don't shoot in the mid-range and try to attack gaps and have the high post and have these mid-range type things to beat the zone.
And that's why I think, it should just all be about getting a good shot. Because, I'm not trying to downplay analytics, but, the Rockets, they probably follow analytics to the T.
Yeah.
With 3s and 2s, and look where they're at. No offense, but, they're at home. So I think it's just all about, trying to get a good shot. You kind of seen the Celtics hit a couple of mid-range shots, but for the most part, they were off throughout the entire night. So I just think it's all about getting a good shot. But like Schubert said, Miami, they run that zone good. They have a lot of solid defenders, and Boston has been struggling to break it.
Yeah, they have, which is crazy. Like,
having Bam in there to be able to play in the lane and kind of be like that that blocker defender to stop any drives has really been kind of crucial. And the big thing to watch out for in Game 5 is this wrist.
Yeah.
Because it looked like he had hurt that at the end of the game.
D-Wade said all he got to do is take some Benadryl and go to sleep. He'll be all right. D-Wade tweeted.
He'll be fine, yeah. I mean, he does a lot, but it's not like his game is predicated on scoring the ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he can do layups with that wrist.
He's not.
He'll be all right. He's gonna make it for the finals, though. That's the thing. Also, just looking ahead, I'm gonna talk about this from the Miami angle for both sides, but I think Miami matches very well with. It doesn't matter if the Nuggets come or the Lakers come. The thing is, the Lakers and the Nuggets both are big two. The Nuggets has more depth than the Lakers to where the next man is kind of close, but after Michael Porter Jr., it kind of falls flat. The thing that makes the Heat so well is the fact is you have Bam, you have Jimmy, you have Goran, you have Tyler. That's 4 dudes, and then you got Crowder, Iguodala, Robinson. That's 7 dudes that can all just go out and get it. Whereas I think I'm not. LA got 2. I'm not counting Kuzma. I'm not counting playoff Rondo. Those dudes, it's all scrubs. Like it's scrubs. I just got to keep it a beat. And Miami matches up very well against both teams. I want to see Miami play the Lakers, me personally. But I'd much rather the Lakers lose to Denver. But I know the Lakers would lose to Miami. That's the thing. I know that. I believe 100% in my heart the Miami Heat will be champions, no matter who they play from the West.
No, I think the pressure is definitely on Boston because I think that they're a solid team.
They should make the finals.
The team,
yeah,
been there before, and you see this young team on the West who's coming back from 3-1. So it's not impossible to come back. I think the pressure is definitely on Boston because I don't think the series is over with. But Miami is just such a good team.
And is Jason cut like Jamal? Jamal is showing
exactly.
Playoffs that's a little different.
And that's what I was thinking about earlier, but you were talking, so I didn't want to interrupt you. But Murray, I mean, he really wills his team to wins. Can Tatum be that guy?
I don't know.
And he's had opportunities to be that guy, to will his team to win, but he hasn't done it. And meanwhile, Jamal Murray,
dropping forward.
West Coast is doing that. So I think the pressure is definitely on Boston to see, how good are they?
For sure. Let's get to Denver because
one last thing.
That was
one last thing about Boston. Tatum today, he had his opportunity to do that. Not scoring any points in the first half is definitely a detriment. He can't do that anymore. He can't. Scoring 28 in the second half is great, but he should have had at least 40 points today in total. Kemba is stepping up in big moments. And even I think Marcus Smart is becoming like pretty much a big utility player on that team. But having Gordon Hayward back, I think made a pretty big impact on them today. Yeah. So I think that the series definitely isn't over. But I don't know if they're going to be able to beat Miami 3 times in a row.
3 times. That's the thing. I don't think they can. I think they might win 1 or 2 games, but I don't know if they can beat Miami 3 times. That's the big question. But
I got one more thing.
Go ahead.
Sorry. One more thing. It's just so bad because like the Celtics are a good team, but they're not doing enough. And it's like moving forward, if they do not make the finals, it's like what else do you add? I guess you just add more bench players.
They need depth.
But they're just not doing enough to win the series. But
that is true. This is probably one of their best windows because you got to think next year the Nets are the favorite or like the on paper favorite. Sorry, Schubert, the on paper favorite. You got the Heat coming back. You got the Bucks coming back, and you got the revitalized 76ers coming back.
I think it's too hard to tell too because what happens in the offseason? What if AD, what if they don't win the finals? AD's like, I do want to go to Chicago. And they end up building something in Chicago now, too, with Levine, Billy Donovan.
You want that to happen.
I want it to happen. Who doesn't want Chicago to be great after the Last Dance this year?
I don't see that happening, but we've seen a lot crazier things. But, this is Boston's chance. Boston got to make something happen. I just don't know if they will. But let's talk about that. That man, that dude's a bad dude, man. When Jamal Murray shot that 30-foot 3 in ADI, then shimmied on him, and then came off that pick and roll and just shooting daggers. Jamal Murray's become one of my favorite players. He really has. I just love it. I love the way he plays, how aggressive he is. Something about point guards who are big, stocky point guards. Jamal Murray reminds me of a mixture of Darren Williams and Gilbert Arenas. Like I've heard Gilbert Arenas from other people, but He reminds me more of Darren Williams, how Darren Williams would use his side to body into people, shoot. How, in my opinion, I always chose Darren Williams over Chris Paul, even though Chris Paul turned out to be the better player and had the longer career. It's just I liked Darren Williams' game, and I see a lot of Darren Williams in Jamal Murray. Dude's cold, man. Beat the and honestly, the Lakers should be down 2-1, but we don't live on shoulds and cans and what ifs. That's only good in horseshoes. So look, Nuggets win that game 114-106. The Lakers looked like they couldn't do anything really. They had a lot of – LeBron tried his best. But when LeBron and AD get 27 and 30 and no one else gets up over 15, Caldwell Pope with 12, Kuzma with 11, that's why you lose that game because no one else is helping those dudes, and those dudes are going hard. Granted, AD should have got more than 2 rebounds. He was clowning with that. Didn't give him a lot of chance. But, that's how that goes. Justin, what did you see from the Lakers and Nuggets, and what are you expecting from this game by the time the people hear this tonight?
Well, I think the Nuggets, they definitely, they definitely show fight. This team shows grit, but the Lakers also showed me something. Also, they were down by 20.
They came back.
Oh, they came back. They fought back. They cut it down to, I want to say, 4 points. But I think just having LeBron and AD, they're just too much. And I just think throughout the entire series, I feel like eventually Kuzma or Pope, they'll show up and help AD and LeBron James. I just think those two are just too much. But I just think, for the future, I think that this Nuggets team is going to be a very good team. Like Jamal Murray, he's so different. He's so clutch.
And Jokic is great, man. I think Jokic is getting fed up with AD. I think low-key.
He had 33 last night.
I see this Denver team maturing before our eyes. I see this Denver team looking like the Lakers aren't as good as everybody making it seem. And we are good. We can come out and win.
But they got 2 great players.
Oh, for sure. But I'm just saying we see Jamal and Jokic answering the call. With that last game in game 2, they're playing up to the standards of them, and they're putting up buckets. And it's going to be interesting to see tonight. I got the Nuggets winning tonight. I do. I feel it in my soul. It's going to be 2-2, and then LeBron's going to pull some storybook ending shit like, ooh, it was 2-2. It might even be 3-2, and then LeBron will come out and win. That's how I think this is going to go down, even though I want the Nuggets to win. But I think they're going to get them tonight. I just feel it. I feel like momentum's, even though the Lakers are up 2-1, I feel like momentum's in Denver's favor. Schubert, how do you feel about the series and about the game?
Yeah, I think the one player that no one really talks about and he made a big, had a big role in the win in Game 3 was Jeremy Grant.
Yeah, Jeremy Grant did have a big game.
Jeremy Grant, having 26 points, way more points than he's had in the previous 2 games. If he can be your third guy in that starting group, then I feel pretty confident. Porter Jr. I still feel like just isn't there yet.
Yeah, he's not ready.
I don't really feel like he makes too much impact offensively when he's on the floor. A little bit more on the defensive end, getting rebounds and steals. They definitely need him on the floor for that. But Grant's also been, I would say he's the number 4 guy. And when you look at the Lakers as a team in comparison to these other 4 teams, I think they have the 2 best players in the bubble right now.
Thanks.
AD and LeBron. But several players on all 3 of these teams. When it comes to this series, it's LeBron, AD, then you got Murray, Jokic. Those are interchangeable. I'd probably say Grant, Porter, and then
they got Monte Morris too. I'm giving the Nuggets 5. I'm giving the Nuggets. Yeah, Lakers got the first 2 best dudes. The Nuggets have the next best 3. Like that.
I give him 4 or 5.
Like I think that's easy. Who the Lakers got after LeBron and AD? And Justin, do not come take Kyle Kuzma. Please do not.
I would honestly take Michael Porter Jr. over Kuzma.
Kuzma, yes. And they've been having beef, low-key, light-skin wars, light-skin battle of the quote-unquote third option that Reggie Miller and Chris Webber keep bringing up. But it keeps happening. Like Kuzma, every time Michael Porter keeps taking a shot, Kuzma's like, I got to come down and get mine and shoot some bad-looking shot. Battle of light skins. Michael Porter's beating your ass, Kuzma. I hope you listen to this. Michael Porter is beating your ass, and it's been amazing.
But when it does come to the Lakers, I think, Game 2, AD showed that he can make the shot, whether he does that majority of the times, because you could argue that game 2 is not game 7. So, will he be able to make it even farther down the line when it matters even more? But, LeBron coming out and doing his thing, still getting triple doubles. But the thing with LeBron is that since he's still getting his, but since no one else is getting theirs, it's very hard for him to be the one to make the impact in the fourth quarter. So it's, you can't really depend on LeBron to be the guy that's going to, go the extra mile in the fourth quarter, because he's an old man at this point.
And he got you.
And he's getting you there. Like he's doing all the groundwork to get you to the fourth quarter. And, AD showed up in game 2, but is he going to be able to do it again?
And again, yeah.
I trust LeBron, and I feel like it's just another case of LeBron having to do it all, and nobody's there to help him. Like,
that's how I feel about it.
It's so frustrating as a person who wants LeBron to do well.
Jokic can't guard AD, but the thing is, AD can't guard Jokic. So it's like y'all both got to just get y'all's, and AD got to constantly be the aggressor, and he's not. That's the thing. So, but he did that game too. Got to give him his props. When he hit that game winner, my mind was blown. I was like, that's the potential that's what we always talk about he could do. But can he do that on a nightly basis? That's the thing. Because see, the thing is, the game after, he did an AD thing where, yeah, I got 27 points, but it was a quiet 27, but I got no rebounds. I got 0 rebounds and 1 assist. So it's like, you can't do that, AD, if you're trying to dominate. LeBron needs more help than that. So, but all right, who you got winning, Schubert, tonight?
Tonight, I think I have the Nuggets, because the Nuggets seem like they're carrying the momentum at the moment, going into this game. And I think, like what you said, LeBron needs that extra loss to kind of put the fire in him for the next game.
Yeah, to get him ready. I think he's gonna lose this one, and then I think LeBron will come out in game 5 whooping ass. So I just think he need one more loss to really rev him up and to get AD revved up as well. Justin, who you got winning, losing this game?
Man, I love Jamal Murray. He needs a shoe deal right now.
Yeah, he does.
I'm going to go with the Lakers.
Ooh, you got the Lakers. All right.
I got the Lakers.
We shall see. I will be tweeting you if they lose.
I can tell you that I want the Lakers Miami Heat so bad. Like, I want LeBron to go up against Spoelstra and his former team, and just like,
yeah,
it would just be so cool.
I want that tremendously. But
LeBron too, I feel like.
Oh yeah, I know they do. All right. So anything else y'all want to touch about this Denver LA series before we get out of here, or is that pretty much everything?
That's about it.
That's about it.
Winning. I'll give him. Do you guys say you said 6, right, Lyndon?
I said 7 actually.
Seven?
But that was an emotional thing, me saying 7. I might change it to Lakers and 6. I really might.
Yeah.
I don't know. No. You know what? Fuck that. I'm staying true. Lakers and 7. I'm staying true. Lakers and 7. Would you think it's happening in 7 or 6?
7.
Yeah, I think
but the Heat Celtics, I think, is happening in 6.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. Heat Celtics. Oh man, I think
I can see 6.
I give the Heat more credit for 5. I don't think they get gentlemen swept. Yeah, I think it's happening in 6. I think it's happening in 6 because Spoelstra going to lose that next one, rally the troops, and get everything ready. All right, let's get to the NFL Week 2. We're going to talk about a couple games, and then we'll get Schubert's take on them. Schubert, I want to start off with talking about. So the Browns won, but the Browns are going to be in our are they real or are they fake segment? So we're not going to talk about them right now. But let's see. What was it? Oh, let's talk about the Falcons and the Cowboys. What the fuck was that? Like, what is Dan Quinn should be fired? Like, it's time.
Yeah,
Falcons
I
fans.
tweeted he should have been fired on the airstrip, like on tarmac. I guess should have just fired him. Because, that was completely ridiculous. But, what's even more ridiculous is whoever the special teams coach is, the hands team, you do not let the ball go 10 yards.
That
ball was
Madden players know that. Like, you just jump on it as soon
go
as
get
it's
it.
kicked.
What were they doing? They just let the ball get across. Like, it was so stupid.
That's why the on-field is so in favor of the receiving team, because as moment as that ball's kicked, they can jump on it. It's the people kicking that have to wait the 10 yards. Like, I don't understand why the moment that ball came close to, and the thing is, the ball was like right by a lot of Falcons' feet. They just watched it. They didn't do anything. They didn't even try to bend down and pick it up. They're just like, oh.
Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous.
Like, what?
But I mean, even before then, yeah, like the defense for the Falcons, it just proves like why, all the people at the beginning of the season that were saying, the Falcons they can make a lot of noise. They got a good offense. I'll give them that.
Defense
Because
is
my
trash.
fantasy team is definitely reaping the benefits of the Falcons offense. But when it comes to their defense just has too many holes, especially in the secondary.
And that is the Cowboys' problem as well. The Cowboys' defense is not good. But I got to say, Dak Prescott did his thing. Dak Prescott definitely did his thing. The offense looked good. It was mainly the defense problem. Not having Van Der Esch, not having Sean Lee. And not having a safety to fill that void. They wanted to get Jamal. They wanted to get Eric Mike. What Thomas is that? Eric Thomas, the former Seattle guy who went to Baltimore. Jerry Jones talked to him before.
You're talking about Earl Thomas, who's not on the team anymore
Earl
because
Thomas.
the team kicked him off.
Yeah, they wanted to get Earl Thomas. At least fans did. Jamal Adams couldn't get there, so they're missing a hole at safety. Their secondary doesn't look good. That's the Cowboys' problem. But I think they'll win the NFC East because they don't have no other competition.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll win the NFC East. Like the Eagles are pretty terrible. The Washington football team is pretty suspect, and the Giants just lost Saquon. So
yeah,
but they did get
Devontae
Devontae Freeman, so that's not too bad.
We shall see how that happens with that. But and let me say this. Let's do I'll say the injury thing right now. These injuries are happening because there was no offseason mini camps, OTAs, and there was no preseason. That's why these injuries are happening. We see normally in the preseason after the mini camps and OTAs that we have the ACL epidemic where every year, and this is, I got to give credit to where credit is due. This is an Adam Lefkoe thing. I just definitely buy onto this theory that every year during the preseason, leading after the OTAs and mini camps and all the summer stuff, we see like a lot of people get ACL tears and stuff who weren't fully in shape, who weren't fully ready to go for football. We're just seeing that now happen to the stars because they didn't get the time to prepare. Like this COVID season just kind of, just sprung up. They didn't know how this shit was going, and injuries are going to be expected this NFL season. That's just something we're going to have to get over.
Yeah. The only team that I feel like it really affects the most is San Francisco.
49ers, who won their game, but won it despite of losing Jimmy G.
Mostert, G, and Bosa.
Yeah, big loss for them. They're not looking too hot. Another game I want to talk about is, let's talk about the Patriots and Seahawks. Patriots lost at the one line. They could have won it. I don't know why they didn't run Cam outside, but I think Cam and the Patriots are the real deal.
It's not even Cam's fault. 2 plays before, Julian Edelman had the ball perfectly placed in the end zone and he dropped it. So
Cam needs a number 1 wide receiver. They need to trade for Odell. That's when
I think anything that we're going to find about the Patriots this year, because I don't think they're going to win their division, because I think the Buffalo Bills are too good.
Yep.
But the Patriots are already playing without a lot of their bigger name players on the defensive end. So they were already going to have their struggles this year. But I think what they're learning is that they need to buy in on the Cam Newton deal. Like, I think they only got him for a year this year for a pretty cheap price. Go ahead and re-sign him.
Yeah.
Go ahead and re-sign him and try and figure out what you want to do with building some pieces around him. I think your running backs are all right, but when it comes to
get one receiver that he could go to, a star, him a good guy,
someone with some size. Pretty much.
No, I'm with you. What'd you think? Your boy came out and balled after the Chargers did my boy Ty. Well, let me not even say my boy. After the Chargers did Tyrod Taylor pretty dirty and stuck him in his lungs before the game.
Yeah, well, who was that? Who's that? Going back to our Pulp Fiction review, was it
Mia
John
Wallace?
Travolta?
Yeah, John Travolta stabbing Mia Wallace in the chest. Tyrod Taylor got Mia Wallace, got stabbed in his lungs, and the team told him, "Don't worry, when you come back, he'll be the starter." Because if they didn't say that, people are saying they would have had problems. Like, Tyrod Taylor can't sue because he can sue the NFLPA. He can't sue the NFL. So we're going to see if he does it. But your boy Justin Herbert look good. Yeah.
So I told y'all.
That's what's going to give you your props about.
Yeah. So I think what you're seeing with like him and Burrow is that these mobile quarterbacks with big arms and size are going to be beneficial in the NFL. So that just gives you more reason to go look for Trey Lance, Justin Fields, Trevor Lawrence next season. If you're, a lot of people are talking about it with the Giants and the Jets. Should the Giants and the Jets consider
I don't think the Giants should.
making a move for
I
the
actually
quarterbacks.
buy into Danny Jones because Danny Jones is mobile.
Sure, yeah, and Sam Darnold has his mobile. He's mobile to an extent as well, but it comes down to it. If you are a team that's going to have the first 3 picks, and if you're the Jets and the Giants, maybe you consider the option based upon Trevor, because Trevor is such a name, and with New York, neither one of those teams really have a guy that takes the persona, especially now with Saquon being injured. Trevor Lawrence coming into either one of those programs would be a big deal. It would be the next Namath. So they should consider the offer pretty much.
I ain't tripping on that. Kyler Murray looking good. Beat the Washington football team handily. DeAndre Hopkins happy that he's out of the Texans because Houston looks bad. Baddie. Geez, I feel for Deshaun Watson, bro. Just got that check. But his offensive line and Billy O'Brien are just not good. Traded his star weapon for David Johnson, who hasn't. He produced the first game. He didn't produce the second. Oh, he got hurt.
Well, I mean, he's not hurt, but I mean, he was out for a little bit of that.
That's why my
Ravens
fantasy.
game.
That's why that shit was going like that. I didn't know what was going on with him. I just thought he just wasn't producing. That's what happened. Okay, well, yeah. Shout out to Kyler Murray looking good. All right, let's get to it. Let's talk about the Saints. I told people Drew Brees. No, well, I'm just saying. I'm getting this out now. Drew Brees is washed. He's washed. Brady's washed and Brees is washed. They're washed. They're average quarterbacks now. Let's call a fucking spade a spade. He's average. He can't throw the ball farther than 20, 25 yards down the field. And that was seen. That was seen in the last game. And people are trying to say, it wasn't his fault. It was Peyton and the defense fault. Sure.
I've even seen people blaming the offensive line when they didn't give up a single sack in that game.
Sure. When Sean Payton can't call certain plays because he knows his quarterback is limited. Sure. Okay. Whatever you say, Brees fans. Brees is washed. He's washed. Start Jameis, you cowards. Start Jameis. I'm on the Jameis bandwagon. I'm starting it now. Because, I see that this is going to come back and bite us. And people are going to say, oh, watch. He's going to have a good regular season. Watch. He's going to bounce back this week. He's going to play well until the end of the regular season.
I don't know about this week.
And just watch. Watch the playoffs. It's going to happen. The middle of the field is going to be locked down. Michael Thomas is going to be open, running 40 yards. He's either going to be underthrown or overthrown. Watch. Drew Brees is washed. Yeah. Am I wrong?
Well, I don't think you're completely wrong. I don't think he's in any stretch of the imagination top tier quarterback at this point.
He's not a top 10 quarterback. He's not.
People coming out and making a comparison that he's pretty much Kirk Cousins at this point is not too far off. At this point, he has all the same qualities as Kirk Cousins. He's accurate and makes good decisions from the line of scrimmage. So yeah, he can call plays and pass the ball to an open receiver. But it just depends on how far down the field that receiver is. Yeah. I don't know if he's going to take as many risks as he wanted him to take, and some of the risks that he is taking really don't look good.
And the NFL is a young man's game right now against these young Bucks. You got to take risks because they're going to take them. Pat's going to take them. Lamar's going to take them. Kyler's going to take them. They're going to take.
But when it comes to the Saints in general, I think it's too early for people to be dogging them this hard because the Raiders are a 2-0 team their offense has been producing. Their defense is suspect, but Derek Carr is having a really good season. He's found he has a good running game with Josh Jacobs and Jalen Richard. He has a really reliable tight end in Darren Waller. Some talented receivers with Henry Ruggs. And Henry Ruggs, and yeah, I mean, I think that the Raiders are pretty good. The AFC West is a pretty solid division at this point, judging on who's playing quarterback for the Chargers. But the Saints have a tough game coming up this week. But they've gone to the playoffs the past 2 seasons, and none of those seasons they start the season 2-0. So I don't think it's too crazy for them to be at this point right now. Right, so, I mean, they lost a game. It's fine.
Let's do week 2. Are they real? Are they fake? We'll bring this back probably around week 4, week 5. Are they real? Are they fake? I'm going to say a team. I just want to know the answer. No explanation. Real? Are they fake? Browns.
Fake.
Yeah, I'm with you. Fake. I don't buy the Odell connection. I got to see it continue. As much as I love Baker Mayfield, he just hasn't been that guy since rookie year. I'm with you. Fake. Tennessee Titans.
Real-ish.
All right. Yeah, I'm with you. Real-ish. I'm right there with you. They have a good running game. Their defense is solid, but Ken Tannehill.
Their division's terrible.
Their division's terrible, and Ken Tannehill do it multiple weeks. Colts.
Fake.
I want to say too early, but I'm gonna say fake right now because Phillip Rivers they have the same problem that the Saints and Tampa Bay has. Their quarterback's not good at either.
The Patriots are reaping the benefits of the Colts' mistake.
Yeah, they are. The Colts should have took Cam Newton when they had the chance.
They should have.
That's what should have happened. All right, next team, Steelers.
I'd say real, as long as Ben Roethlisberger is healthy.
I'm with you. I agree. Real for that reason. The Bills, we've already talked about it a little bit, but I'm saying I'm going to start this off real. Real as hell.
Yeah, real.
Real AF. Like, the Bills are good.
Lots of great players on both sides.
Yep, that is a fact. Cardinals.
Real. They might win the division.
I'm with you. Real as well. In the final team, we just talked about them, the Raiders.
Real.
A lot of reals. All right, bet.
And in a season where 7 teams make the playoffs, I think the Raiders have a real good shot
to be one of them.
But one team that you didn't mention on there that is, a 2-0 team that's a little suspect is the Rams, and I would actually say that they're real.
Oh, you say they're real? Okay, I think the Rams are pretty real. I think that they got their running game situation. Well, Cam Akers got hurt, and Malcolm Brown is kind of questionable right now. If they can solidify that running game, I think they'll be good, real. If they can't,
we'll find out this week. Actually,
that's where they have problems. So, all right, let's get to week 3. We'll each give a couple of games that people should look out for. I'll start us off, Schubert. Let's go Sunday at 3:25. Cowboys and Seahawks, big matchup. Probably America's game of the week, if I had to guess. So yeah, Cowboys Seahawks, big game. We get to see Russell Wilson, Dak Prescott. Can the Cowboys defense hold up and stop Russell Wilson, or at least contain him? And can Dak Prescott and Mike McCarthy's offense continue to work? I got Cowboys and Seahawks. Schubert, what you got?
There's a lot of really good matchups this week. This is a really fun week to watch football. Even the Thursday night game is pretty exciting. But to start the day on a Sunday morning, I really think that you should tune in to the Bills-Rams. I was just talking about the Rams a little while ago. This is a real opportunity to see which one of these teams is going to step up in this moment to make the push to go 3-0. London just eliminated the Rams' difficulties, and the Bills seem pretty solid, but they've only played the Dolphins and the Jets, who are 2 of their division teams that are obviously on the bottom. Yeah. So when they play a real team or a team that's got 2 wins already, how are they going to play him?
This is a good question this is a good test for the Bills. So when we come back, for real or fake, this is a resume booster. Check. Like, we're 100% real. All right, I got I'm guessing one of us will take Monday Night Football and one of us take Sunday Night Football. But before we get to that, I'm gonna say also at 12, Raiders Patriots. That's gonna be a good game. Cam 1-1, Raiders 2-0. John Gruden's offense. How does he play against Bill Belichick's defense? I think that'll be a fun game. Just to throw that out there. But I'll give you the Monday Night Football game. I'm going to take the Sunday Night Football game. Sunday Night Football, Packers versus Saints, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees. Need I say more? Big game, big football game. So that's one I got. Schubert, go ahead and give you.
Since you gave me the Monday night, I'm actually going to take the Thursday night. It may be a lackluster game to some, but I think the Dolphins-Jaguars is a really interesting game, especially if the Jaguars can grab another win. We talked about how the Titans are real-ish. Yeah. The Jaguars are very much proving that they might have an opportunity to build a resume to make it into the playoffs. Gardner Minshew is making it look like tanking for Trevor may not be what's exactly in the cards for the Jaguars. So I want to watch that game, and also the Monday night game may be the greatest game of the whole season, the greatest Monday night game we've seen in years. Yeah. Lamar Jackson versus Pat Mahomes.
I'm not going to say the 2 best quarterbacks in the NFL because I think Russell Wilson gets skipped.
2 best quarterbacks. Oh,
but right. Russell Wilson's second, in my opinion. And then I'd say, Pat's 1, then Russ, and then Lamar.
Pat almost lost to the Chargers.
Well, actually, I got Aaron Rodgers over Lamar. I think Lamar is number 4 because Aaron Rodgers is balling.
He is balling right now.
I got to give Aaron Rodgers problem. Lamar's 4, but I got Pat.
He's going to beat the Saints this week. Sorry, Saints fans.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say it ain't so. Saints defense.
They've scored 40 points in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know.
And the Saints defense looked terrible. Malcolm Jenkins
Malcolm
has
Jenkins
lost
got to
a
get his
step.
shit. He got to get his shit.
He
together.
got burned by Foster Moreau.
Valdez Scantling and Alan Lazard are about to come eat on the Saints, and then Aaron Rodgers going to pick them apart. But I believe in them. We shall see. But that's all the time we got this week. Justin, tell the people they can find you on social media.
Yeah, so you guys can find me. My handle name is Justin Baptiste 22. I'm on all social media platforms. And also, you guys can also check out my blog, tradinglays.com.
100%. Y'all make sure y'all go check out Justin's blog. Schubert, tell the people they can find you on social media.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at aschubert14. Bros Who Binge this week, we reviewed Devil All the Time, which has actually been getting some very solid reviews amongst critics and other people. So we may have not given it as much credit, but
Nah, we was honest. We were honest with that movie.
I felt like I was being pretty honest with it. But go check out that movie and then listen to our review. As also check out what's going on with the Lovecraft Country and The Boys. We were talking about that again this week. A lot of big MCU news and the Mandalorian trailer this past weekend. So we talked about that. And this next week we'll have no movie, but we'll be continuing to talk about Lovecraft, The Boys, and get back on our Avatar rewatch.
May do a draft. May do a draft. Maybe, I don't know.
May do a draft. We've been talking about some ideas of some conversations to have.
We gotta do something because there's no movie this week. You're absolutely right. But check it out because we're gonna have some fire. We were supposed to have Pitch It, but that's on Charles. I'm ready to kick his ass. Y'all get on his ass. Tell him come play the Pitch It match so he can get his ass whooped. But let me give a fantasy update because I don't want bros to think I just don't say it when I lose. I lost to Brooklyn this week. Brooklyn won, but I do think I should have beat Brooklyn. I'm gonna say everybody's game. Give me a second. It's pulling up. It's loading up.
My game was the best game of the week.
Who'd you play?
Your dad.
Oh yeah, did he beat your ass?
Look at it.
Oh, you won? I thought he beat your ass. Hold on.
Look at the score.
Oh, that was a big one. Okay. All right, let me get to the schedule. Hold on. The matchup shit is gone now. Oh, my phone just died. It really did.
All right. Well, so what happened is I won that game 160.72 to 160.2.
What a game. It
was crazy. It came down to the Monday night game. He had Josh Jacobs. I had Darren Waller. And since Josh Jacobs didn't have the greatest game and Darren Waller put up 28 points, I ended up squeaking that out.
And then Ian beat Doom, Pittsburgh Feelers. Doom got his ass whooped. Saquon Barkley got the ACL torn. Doom season may be over now, ladies and gents. Let me just call. He has a chance maybe through waivers, through some pickups. But Doom might be done. He got a lot of injuries on his team. Ian beat him this week. And Brooklyn barely beat me. It came down to Derrick Henry not balling for me this week and me not playing James Conner. I could have beat Brooklyn's ass this week. Don't let Brooklyn seem like he's the best. But we'll be back, give y'all an update next week on the fantasy. But you guys can follow me at BWT. Follow Bros Who Think at Bros Who Think. Be sure to check out the most recent Running Back episode. Me and Chris, an anime running back, is back. We reviewed The Ghost in the Shell, the 1995 Cyberpunk classic. Be sure to check that out. If you haven't checked out the Pulp Fiction running back with me, Ian, and Schubert, be sure to check that out. The upcoming running back will be made very soon. The new one, we did choose Scott Pilgrim versus the World. That's what you guys wanted, so that's what we're going to do. Also, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube and be sure to check out next week Bros Who Binge, like Schubert said, in Anime Talk, but we'll get to that next week. Until next week, you guys have a good one. For Schubert, for Justin, for Lil Art Hoe, for Doom. My name is Lyndon. You guys have a good one. Until next Thursday. Peace.